Well, the breakup in the Big 12 is getting bigger. Today, the University of Nebraska made it official they're leaving the conference. That leaves 10 teams in the Big 12, but rumors continue to circulate that more schools will be leaving soon. We start our team coverage tonight with Lance Vieser, who has more on the Cornhuskers' big announcement.
Well, Elizabeth, as expected, the Nebraska Cornhuskers announcing today they're leaving for the Big Ten. This will likely trigger a max exodus as early as next week. Nebraska announced today at a Board of Regents meeting they are applying for admission to the Big Ten. Obviously, the Big Ten will accept at this point. The interesting news came from the mouth of the Chancellor, Harvey Perlman, and his AD, Tom Osborne. They confirmed that 6 Big 12 schools have an offer from the Pac-10. Those schools, led by Texas, told Nebraska at last week's Big 12 meetings they wanted a commitment from the Huskers or they would leave for the Pac-10. The Huskers tried to make it clear today it's not their fault the Big 12 might dissolve. Blame the South schools, led by Texas.
They continued to say if Nebraska stayed, the 6 would stay. I said, what if Nebraska stayed and Missouri left? And the response was that they would stay. I said, what happens if Nebraska stays and Colorado leaves? And the response was they would stay. I said, what happens if both Missouri and Colorado leave and Nebraska stays? And they could make no commitment that they would then stay in the Big 12.
We've got some people who are saying, well, you're disloyal. This is not a loyal thing to do. And the question is, if you're the athletic director, if you're the chancellor, who are you supposed to be loyal to?
Texas, by the way, announcing today they'll have a Regents meeting Tuesday. Multiple reports indicate they will announce they are heading to the Pac-10 along with Texas Tech, Oklahoma, and Oklahoma State. Texas A&M still up in the air right now. They're thinking about the SEC or the Pac-10. Doesn't really matter about them. The key here is Texas. If they do indeed announce they're going to the Pac-10, Big 12 is over.
Well, the next question, what about us?
Right, what about Missouri, Kansas, and Kansas State? Missouri still holding out hope for the Big 10. If the Big 10 decides to go beyond 12 teams, maybe 16, if we're heading in that direction, Missouri still has a shot, or perhaps they could look east. For Kansas and Kansas State, we know the Mountain West basically announced today they would like them. Conference USA announced they would like them. Those are last case scenarios for both of those schools. They're still hoping that they'll end up in a BCS conference somehow. There's so many moves nationally still to come that we really don't know how this is all going to play out yet for those schools.
We'll keep watching. And a lot of blame going on, but we'll get into that a little bit. All right, thank you, Lance.